the emphasis is on litigators. The emphasis is on comfort level in the courtroom. The emphasis is making the strongest possible case to protect and defend our Constitution, to seek the truth for the American people.
House Democrats, you heard it last hour, moving forward now, 4 weeks later after the impeachment vote was passed in the House. This, as we learn now, the managers for the case, 7 Congress members from the Democratic side will serve as managers in the Senate. Ken Starr, former independent counsel, Fox News contributor. Ken, how you doing? Happy New Year to you. And
to you, Bill.
Away we go now. First of all, your observation of the 7 that were chosen and named last hour. What do you think of that, if much?
Yeah, I think the Speaker chose well and wisely, other than I have some reservations about Jerry Nadler in terms of his courtroom abilities. He's just tending to be, as he was in the press conference, just over the top. He also said everything has been already proven, so there's an incoherence in Jerry Nadler's approach to things. But we now have the field marshals, or the generals, and they're reporting into their commander-in-chief, the Speaker. And she is going to, I think, continue to be guiding this process, which is above all about witnesses on the Senate side. But I think she's chosen well and wisely.
Okay, now what Adam Schiff said a moment ago, he reflected on your time, basically, 21 years ago. And he was addressing a question about witnesses. And he was saying that this time around it's not about sex or unseemly matters. So it was the inference that he applied there. I guess my question to you, as a matter of law, as a prosecutor or a trial manager, you don't get to pick your facts. The case is what it is. What was your feeling on the comment he made there as to whether or not we will see witnesses? Do you think that will happen or not?
It remains to be seen, because I think the Senate Majority Leader is following the Clinton model. There was a huge question, will there be witnesses? And the House impeachment managers during the Clinton impeachment desperately wanted to call witnesses. They were never able to do that. They were able to take videotape depositions, but 100 senators agreed 21 years ago, we don't want any live witnesses, so let's have the impeachment managers make their case, the president's lawyers make their case, and then we'll vote on whether to have any witnesses at all. I think that's what Mitch McConnell appears to be doing now. He appears to have the Republican senators saying, yes, that's the wise way to go. So it's phase 1, phase 2, but we're going to hear the drumbeat. We've got to have witnesses. And by the way, the witnesses cannot include the Bidens. That's just out. So we want our witnesses, but we don't want the president to be able to call his witnesses. So then between phase 1 and phase 2, what's your guess? Do you have witnesses in this trial or not? And if the answer is no, then you've got a short case here. You do. And so there's going to be a lot of pressure on the impeachment managers to perform well. And if they overplay their hand the way Jerry Nadler just did, oh, we've already proven the case. If you've proven the case, you don't need to retry the case, right? And that's precisely the approach from 21 years ago. We don't need it. 100 senators saying we don't want. But these are Republicans and Democrats completely agreeing. So I think that's going to be a real key. Can you prove that this is very serious, but we really need these witnesses, even though Jerry Nadler says we've proved it beyond a reasonable doubt? Okay, let me get 2 more points in the 2 minutes I have left. If that's the case, and you're right about that, and they don't bring witnesses, and both sides agree to that after a lot of debate back and forth, then you could vote on the articles at that point, could you not? Absolutely. That will be it. You will then have the closing arguments by each side. But you asked me to predict. I predict there are going to be witnesses. We've had too many indications from too many different senators that they want this. Remember, in Clinton, there were 100 senators agreeing on the process. Here, we don't have that kind of unanimity. Who's a witness, then? Who appears? Oh, I think the top one is John Bolton, right, for the Democrats. And then the Republicans really do want Hunter Biden. And you think that will happen? That's what you're saying now? Oh, there will be a battle royal over Hunter Biden, and we already saw it on the this morning. Irrelevant and so forth. But excuse me, this is a Senate trial, and it's going to come down to not the Chief Justice, but as you know, this is the view of the Senate, and 51 votes is all it takes, a majority of the Senate, to call a witness. Okay, I'm just trying to be clear on this. You're predicting today that we will hear from John Bolton, and you were saying that Hunter Biden could appear as a witness, yes or no? Yes, it's a possibility. But it remains to be seen, as I said, how phase one of this trial goes. And if the impeachment managers don't do a fantastic job, and they may not, this case may be over.
Ken, thank you. Let's talk again later in the week, and we'll take it piece by piece and day by day, because I think that is what is required at the moment, and sometimes hour by hour. Thank you, sir. Nice to see you today. Ken Starr.